So because I am already signed into my account, I'm being taken to this particular page. So let me just log out. Let me log out. All right. So once again, I'll just go to certification page. So when you're not signed in, when you click on get started, you'll be coming over to this point. So click on register an account. Click on this link, register for an account. So once again, I'm explaining those who missed out. Go to Google, search for Solidedge certification. Go to Google, search for Solidedge certification. Then select the first link that pops up. Select the first link that comes up. So you'll open this page, Solidedge certification. So here there is a button get started. Okay, so click on that. Now here you have some steps which you have to follow to get certified. Okay, so first click on this register for an account. Click on register for an account, and here you will get this sign in page. So if you are new user, of course you are opening it for the first time. If you already have created an account, you can sign into that. If you have not created it, click on this button, create an account, then feed in your details. So I already have my account for me, so I'll just register for Shoaib sir. So mail ID Shoaib 9392 9395. Okay, password को check mode. Characters भी रहना करते हैं. Method is @123. Okay, so this is a university. So select university when asked for these three options. So we are not working in a company, we are registered students from a university. Then organization name, fill in the college name. Country, feed India. Then fill in this, I consent to the data privacy consent statement, and click create an account. So fill all these details and click create an account. Okay, so download is taking much longer than expected. I think I have the downloaded part here. So networking में share कर सकता हूँ. इसमें से नहीं हो रहा, पेन ड्राइव से करना पड़ेगा फिर. Okay. Okay. So the earlier version that I had downloaded, it seems it has gone somewhere. Anyway, so click on the create account button here. Fine. So after you click that, you will be sent an email. You will be sent an email to your inbox. You'll have to open that and click on the activate button. Activate हो गया, verified. Okay. So after you verify it from your mail, you should again go back to the certification and then click here for login. Fine. After activating it from your mail, you have to click on login. So this page is of no use, you can just close it out. This is also of no use. So go back to certification and then yeah, I think you have I've got already signed in, right? So if it is signed in already, you can just log out, then you'll be taken back to the login page. So click on the menu, click on login, or else here it will appear. So login, click on login, will come here. So fill in Shoaib 9395. So fill in the full mail ID that you registered with. So fill in your mail ID and password, then click on sign in. Once you sign in, you will get something like this. Fine. So but you can see your name is not coming properly here. Fine. Instead of that, some code is coming. So click on edit profile. So everyone signed in? Those who are online, please respond. Have you signed in? Yep. After signing in, you will have to just hover your mouse over this and then go for edit profile. Go for edit profile. So this is where you should start feeding in your personal details. So first feed in your name. So I am filling for Shoaib sir. Okay. Then country, state, city, zip code. For habits, that is 50001. Then date of birth, you have to fill in your date of birth. Okay, so I am filling for sir 5 over save. So once you fill in all the details, click on save changes. Once your profile changes are saved, here you will be able to see your name. At the top right corner, you will be able to see your name. Okay. So that means now my profile has been filled properly. Now filling the profile is very, very important, because whatever name you get on the certificate will depend on what name you feed in the profile. Okay. So that's why make sure you fill the profile before taking the test. 500001. Sorry? What name you want on the certificate? You want full name and surname? Then you fill name and surname. If you want only the initial for surname, feed it as it is. Yes. Area is not there in that, no. Only city is there. You fill it for our college now. 5 lakh 1. For our college, postal code is 5 lakh 1. So fill the same. So after filling in the profile, now you are ready for giving the certification exam. Fine. So, but we will be giving this exam at the end of the training. So you can see, if you go for certification, if you hover your cursor here on the certifications option, you get some options like getting started, exam guides and all. Then here, this is for NXCAD. NXCAD means Unigraphics. So if you are good with Unigraphics, you can install, practice, and after practicing, you can give this exam also. You will get certificate for this. Then this is the exam which we are getting trained for. Solidedge. Yes, ma? Sorry? Yeah. So we are doing it for Solidedge associate level. Okay. So when you click on associate level, you can see the current status not enrolled, price is free. You can just click on enroll. Okay. So just enroll for now. Don't give the test. Fine. We have to get ready for the test. So I'm just telling you to enroll right now, because in future maybe their policy will change, and if they keep some price for this certificate, then you have to pay and get certified. Fine. So it's better to enroll now itself. Fine. So you have created your profile, you changed all the details in the profile, then you got enrolled for the certification. So these 3 things we should do today itself, and we should be ready. Sorry? Course content. So course content is showing what exams you are supposed to give. Fine. So first you will see Solidedge associate level exam information. So if you go inside there, you will get information about what the exam will be, how many questions will be there, how many questions will be MCQ type, how many questions will be drawing type, and all those things. Then here you have 10 sections, each of which you have to complete. Fine. So the exam happens in 10 parts. So you can attempt one part, take a leave, take a gap, after some gap you can take the second, third, and so on. So you have to complete all the 10 sections. You have to complete. There is no time limit. There is no time limit. Okay. But if you give some answers wrong, it is not possible to go back. Okay. It's not possible to go back. So that's why I'm telling you, first let us get trained for these 2 weeks. At the end of that, we will start giving the tests. Fine. But make sure you just enroll and be ready for it. Fine. Those who are online, any doubts are there, you can just unmute and ask me. Okay. Sorry? After creating the profile, changing the details, then go for certification and click here, Solidedge Associate Certification. And then you will have an option to enroll. Click on the enroll button, and that is where we will stop today. Okay. So I have uploaded some videos provided by the educator from Siemens company. Fine. So they have recorded some videos and they have sent us. So I have uploaded them to YouTube, created a Moodle ID. Fine. So today, so you clicked on enroll. That's it. So now you are enrolled in it. So whenever you want, whenever you feel like taking the exam, you can start giving the tests. Okay. So but let's not disturb it for now. Let's keep it as it is. So next step, I'll create a Moodle ID for each and every one of you, those who enrolled, and I'll give you your ID and password both. Fine. So this will take some time. Meanwhile, let us see if the software gets downloaded. Let's give it some time. Okay. So while the software gets downloaded, I'll create your Moodle IDs, and to each one I'll give you the user ID and password. Okay. So meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can always ask me. Those who are online also, please unmute and you can ask your doubt. Okay. Uh, Alan, will you please tell me your roll number? 20 batch. Your roll number? 6011. Karimuddin, batch 19 batch 6017 72. Who's Jotan? Yes. Yes, ma? Yes, you are 20 batch. So Jotan 20 batch number 6015. Manikanta? Manikanta? Your batch 19 batch number 6033. Arfat Shamas, are you there online? Yes, ma. Please confirm your number. 6022. Vishal brother 19 batch number 66001. Okay. Sai Teja, are you there online? Sai Teja? No. Rahul Karthikeyan? Ma. Venkat, tell me your number. 18 batch 6001. First roll number. Okay. Ayman Saran 19 batch 323. Daud number 19 batch 6061. Muzammil, Sheikh Muzammil, are you online? Muzammil? Okay. Arfat Khalid? Arfat, are you there online? Rahul, are you there? Rahul Karthikeyan? Okay. So it seems some students are not there. Okay, fine. Okay. 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 Yes, sir. 12, 15 students got registered, sir. Some are online, some are. Okay. Hmm. So some students didn't give their numbers. No, it's not a bit difficult. Three students have not contacted me yet. Okay, so for 11 students, 11, huh? Okay. 2 to 13. So 12 students username has been created. So how to operate the username ID I'll show you just now. So this is the website where you have to visit, cadimate.moodlecloud.com. So I'm sharing it to your WhatsApp also. Just now I created a WhatsApp group. I'm sharing the link over there as well. That is the link you have to visit, cadimate.moodlecloud.com. Yes ma? Cadimate. Okay. Visible now? Cadimate, CADIMATE dot moodlecloud, MOODLECLOUD.com. Can you see it now? Okay, so note this down. You can also operate it from your mobile. For operating from mobile, you have to download an app called Moodle from the App Store. Okay? So you have to download that. Then the app will ask you the site first. So in the site name, you have to feed this. Then it will ask you your username and password. Both the username and password are your roll numbers. Okay, your full roll number 1607 batch, that full number, and then password is also the same. Okay, so everyone please open your account on Moodle Cloud. Go to this website, then it will ask you username and password. Login, click on login. If it is not directly providing you with that, on the top right corner click on login and then feed user ID and password. Both of these are your roll number itself. After you sign in for the first time, it may ask you to change the password. So change and keep it a password which you can remember easily. So my suggestion is to write it down or put it in somewhere on your mobile, so that you can, even if you forget, you will be able to have it. A copy of your password should always exist with you. Many times students forget the password and it takes a lot of time for us to reset it. Okay, so let us not waste our time in resetting the passwords. Done? So resetting, it is not asking you to reset by default. Okay, so then you can always do it later. So you will have to go to your profile in order to do that. So where is it? Here it is. So click here and click profile. Click on the top right and click profile. Click at the top right and click profile, and then go for edit profile. Go for edit profile, and here you can set a new password for yourself. Are you getting it, everyone? So click here, go to profile, click top right corner, go for profile. Sorry? Policies, huh? What is it asking? So just click agree, go down, yeah, select this, click agree. So if it is asking you to agree to some policies, put a check mark and click agree at the bottom. Okay, ma? Then go for edit profile. Go to edit profile, and there you can change your password. Hopefully, is it there? Okay, there is an option to change the password. Okay, anyway, because we will be using it for limited period, you can keep it as it is, no problem. So maybe for students that option is not given, only teachers can do that. Anyway, so yes ma'am, sorry. So right now no courses are added maybe for you. I'll just add this course. Once I add the course, you'll be able to see that course and you can start solving it out. Okay, so site. So they were providing a free website over there. I had created it. I'm continuing to use it even now. So Solidedge training. Okay, so participants. Enroll. So Ayman Saran, Alan Paul, Naga Chaitanya, Saivamshi, Jotan, Nirikshan, Karimuddin, Shamas, Manikanta, Daud, Venkat Sai, Vishal Biradar. So all the students have been enrolled. Refresh your page and you will be able to see this course. Refresh the page and you will be able to see Solidedge course. So go inside the Solidedge course and this is where you can start doing the course one by one. So you can see the course consists of a total of 10 lessons. It consists of a total of 10 lessons. Fine. So some lessons take longer time, some lessons are shorter, they will take lesser time. So this is how we'll be able to this is the plan we'll follow for completing our workshop. So if you go to the first link, that is agenda and resources, you'll find a video which explains the agenda. Fine. So this person, he is from the Siemens company, Germany. Fine. He is the head of education department related to this Solidedge software. So whenever a new version of Solidedge comes up, he will be creating the tutorials for it and he'll be keeping it ready. Fine. So I had the fortune of attending one of their programs which went on for about 1 month or something, 1 month or maybe 3 days, but it was a 12-hour session. So continuously for 12 hours they used to conduct. I wasn't able to completely attend the full time because we were busy with college, but I attended some part of it and I emailed him regarding the interest of our students to do the same workshop. And he was very kind to send all these videos. Not just videos, he has sent us the files also. So Solidedge files are also present. So the same files, you will be opening the files, doing the analysis or drawing as per the video explanation, and then finding out something like mass. You may have to measure the mass to verify whether you have done the drawing correctly. Okay, so in the exam also they'll provide you with a drawing or cross section which you'll have to execute in Solidedge, and then you'll have to measure. Either you have to measure area if it is just a cross section, or you have to measure a mass after applying some different material, or if it's an assembly you'll have to measure the center of mass where it is located. Okay, if it is analysis you'll have to find the maximum stress or maximum displacement, something like that. So all this you'll have to find out and then you should be able to feed it in the examinations, right? Then after you give all the questions, it will compare it with the correct answers. If your answer is correct, accordingly you will be added marks. If your marks are above the minimum required marks to get certified, you will be granted the certification. Fine. Once you are granted certification, you can anytime download the certificate from their website. Okay, so that is the process. Software is downloaded. Let me check here. It's I'm still 10 minutes late. So you can start installing. Those who got the software downloaded, you can start installing it. If you get any doubt while installing, I'm here to help you out. Fine. So this is the first day, of course. We started a little late. I should have created the user IDs and all for you, and also I should have provided the software in pen drive, but somehow that didn't happen. Anyway, better late than never. So let us complete all the you'll have to do it the first time. No, you have now enrolled for the exam, no? That you need not do. That has happened online. But installation of the software you may have to do. So my suggestion to you is, because you have already downloaded it here, get a pen drive, copy it, and install at home. You will have to install at home. Fine. Those who have got your laptops, you might have downloaded in your laptop itself. So install it there itself. Yes, of course. It's being recorded. It's being streamed live on YouTube. So after the streaming stops, it will continue to be present on YouTube. Fine. So I will need all your mail IDs. Fine. So you have all joined that WhatsApp group. So please put in your mail IDs, Gmail IDs. So I'll share the video to you personally, privately. Okay. Everyone, those who are online as well, please share your mail IDs over there. I will add it. So those who are online, have you downloaded? Is the download completed for you? Anyone? Yeah, this is for OnShape, right? When did you do it? So even if anyone is interested in doing any other certification also, like OnShape certification is free of cost. So just we'll charge some minimum amount, because we'll have to stay here when you're doing this course, right? At home, if you have internet, you can of course do it at home. Fine. And if you have any doubt, you can ask them whenever we are free. We'll try to clear it as much as possible. If you don't have a system at home, you can do here also, but you may have to pay some small amount, because Shoaib sir or myself, we have to stay here when you are doing it, right? So some minimum. Yes, ma? Yes. SolidWorks, I'll see. Let us see. So SolidWorks training program also, I had recorded the videos. All the videos are recorded and present. Fine, they are present online. So if you are interested, maybe I'll charge some minimum amount to give you access to the Moodle course and the videos. Fine. Not 1500. 1500 was the cost earlier. So maybe 1000 or 500 will charge. Will give you access to those videos. And if you have any doubts, we'll clear that. Okay. But certificate you will have to pay and get the voucher yourself. That is costing around 8,000 rupees. And we had done a lot of campaign. We had got 100 vouchers from the company people, those who provided us with the SolidWorks. And unfortunately, around 30 to 35 vouchers got waste, because nobody, more people didn't get registered. Anyway, so let us make the best use of all the opportunities. So is it downloaded? Yeah, I think for me it is downloaded. So please make sure deep freeze is not on if you are using college systems. Okay, ask sir, he will disable the deep freeze. नहीं तो क्या हो जाता है, downloads and installation everything will reset when you restart the system. Windows 10 को okay, it's getting extracted for me. If it's not working, then we may have to get an older version. Is it giving unable to install error? Sorry. C drive में जगह नहीं है तो मूव कर लो बेटे. What is the task now? Read it. Click yes. So here C drive was completely filled up. Okay. स्टूडेंट को आ गया. विंडोज 7 में क्या एरर दे रहा? We'll have to download the older version, Solidedge. Only 4.31 GB is left here.
How many have like Windows 10 or any laptop at your homes? Laptops or PCs? Laptop or PC? One of you. Ayman, laptop or PC?
22 version है ना. He's telling 22 version is compatible with Windows 7. See, it's not coming. Yes, those are online. You got it installed, ma'am? How many of you got installation? Those are online. Please confirm. Shamas, Venkat. Okay, so you have Windows 10 now. All of you have Windows 10. Okay, so the problem is it seems the latest version is not installable on the Windows 7. So if you have Windows 7, which is the problem with our lab, it's not possible to install. We'll have to see some older version. I'll find out if an older version is available. We'll install it tomorrow with the labs, and we'll start from there. Okay, so today's class we'll just stop after getting to know how to use this Moodle course. Okay, so everyone here, those are offline, please listen here. कहाँ गया भाई? It's here. All right. Is it possible to make it full screen? No. Right. टॉप में कहाँ है? फुल स्क्रीन नहीं आता अभी, इससे ज़्यादा पॉसिबल नहीं है. Okay, spotlight. This is better. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, video is there. All the videos have been uploaded. I told you now. So they provided us with some videos. So these are those videos. Okay. So when you open the course, this page will come up here. Fine. And there will be a number of options, like there are no announcements, agenda. So this is where what we are doing in this course is all explained here. Fine. So then getting started. So videos and files. So each lesson has some videos, and each lesson provides us some with some files. Okay. So here you can see this is a video, and this is presentation. Presentation I have uploaded it on Google Drive. So if you click on this, it will open from Google Drive. You have to wait for some time. Okay, so the same presentation is used in the video also. So he has used the same presentation to explain what you are doing. You can also check out the presentation if you want. So this is the first link, right? So after the first link, right, we'll have to go back. This becomes slow. So after the video, you have some files here. Fine. Activity 2, activity 3. So these activities are explained in the video, and he has told you what you have to do for activity 2 and activity 3, right? So you'll have to download this file, open it in Solidedge, and do whatever he is asking you to do. After completion, he may ask you to measure some things, but I think in training he has not asked us to measure anything. Okay? But when you are doing the exam, you will definitely have to make the measurements. Either you have to measure area, or length of an arc, or total perimeter, fine, or mass of the object, or center of mass, right? So one of these quantities you will have to measure, and these measured values you have to feed in. Okay, so that's how you will be giving the exam. So while preparing, while practicing, you may not have to do that, but wherever you come across the measurements, I'll definitely tell you how to do the measurements and all, and accordingly, you can learn from it. So so this is the explanation for the interface. So what is Solidedge? What does it look like? What are the different menus in this? All has been explained here. Okay, so how you can open a new file, how to save a file, what are the save options present. Then these are the file types. Okay. Okay, so these are the file types. So you can see we have assembly, we have weldment, and then we have isometric draft, we have part and sheet metal. Okay, so even in SolidWorks we have a total of 3 modules, right? So one is part. So in the part itself, sheet metal, surface, mold, all the subparts are located in the parts itself, right? Whereas here sheet metal, you can see it is separate, and weldments is separate. Fine. And part is used for normal parts, right? And this is where you can open the files. Then this is save as. So save and save as, they work same way as it works in MS Office or even SolidWorks, right? So if you click on save, the same whatever data you have, whatever changes you have made will be saved to the same file which you have opened. Fine. If you are working on a new file, it will ask you a name of the file. If you have already saved it with some name, all the changes will be saved to the same file. And if you go for save as, then it will be saved as a separate file, a different file with a different name, okay. Then file properties. So in the properties you can provide revision ID, right? So sometimes what happens, especially in Solidedge, the undo options don't work perfectly, okay. So it is suggested in Solidedge, when you are using Solidedge, to save the file in versions. Fine. So once you get a command executed properly, you have to save the file, right? And after making some changes to that same file, save it as another version. Fine. So version ID will tell you what is the version ID. So first version, second, third, fourth, fifth, like that. You can go on making the changes and saving the file. If you want to go back to the previous file, you can just go to that revision ID and start editing from there, okay. So this is very important here, especially in Solidedge, because unlike SolidWorks, Solidedge will not maintain all the edits as features. SolidWorks maintains in the navigation menu, all the features are maintained, right? So that doesn't happen with Solidedge. So it is always preferable to save every change as a separate file. Then this is close. So to close any file, you can just click the cross mark here on any open file. All the open files will be present here, present as tabs at the top, and you just have to click on this cross to close any file. Then ribbon. You already saw when Microsoft launched the new version of MS Office around 2002 or something. So that was the first time when it launched ribbon. Fine. Before that we had a separate menu bar and we had separate toolbars. Fine. So what happened in ribbon was the toolbars and menu bars were combined into a hybrid kind of structure, right? So the Solidedge new version also uses a ribbon system. So at the top you can see here you have a home, sketching, 3D sketching, surfacing. So there is a different ribbon for each collection of commands. So first you have to decide what collection of commands you want to use to activate that ribbon, and then you can choose whatever commands you want to use, okay. So that's about that. Then there are 3 ways, 3 different colors for each button, and based on the colors you can identify whether it is active, whether it is not active, or whether it is selected. Fine. So you can see the first one, ghosted. Ghosted means these options at current moment, these options are not available. Currently. So they may become available later on. So when it becomes available, it will appear like this in color. Fine. At some point, if the command cannot be used, then it becomes ghosted like this. Fine. So these are all available. So now here you can see all of these buttons, same buttons, have been shown when they are available, and when you select a particular command, then it gets highlighted like this, okay. Then here you have a command specific. Yep. So you have something called a command bar here. So in AutoCAD you have a command line at the bottom. So whatever we type will appear in the command line, right? So similar to that, we have a command bar here in Solidedge. So whenever you take a command, at the top you will get a bar like this. You will get a bar like this. So this bar contains options for constraints, whether you want to add or subtract, and some other things like till where you want to extrude. The extrusion has various options like blind. Blind means you can feed a distance till where you want to extrude it. Then up to a surface, that means it will get extruded up to the surface. Symmetric means it gets extruded by same length on both sides, right? So all those options are there here. So right now extrude option has been selected, which is providing us with these options. So for every different feature, the command bar will appear differently. Fine. So using the command bar, we have to choose whatever options we want, and then accordingly we will have to start. Then the interface. Fine. So this is the command line, and you can see all the options that are showing up in the command line have been shown here. So first the feature will appear here. So this is the symbol for extrude. This is the symbol for extrude. Then here how you want to select what is to be extruded. So you can select a single face or a chain of edges or a face. Fine. So depending on what you select here in the diagram that you have drafted, you can select that option. Then here you can see these are options which tell us till what you want to extend. So in the other software this option is called as blind, whereas in Solidedge it is called as finite. Finite means with limited length. So if you want to feed a limited length, you have to choose finite. Then accordingly, if you want some other options, accordingly you can choose it. This is where you can choose whether extra material is added or material is removed. So this is like add or subtract, union or subtract. Then here there are options for adding a draft or a crown. Fine. Then here the last option, you can see there are some constraints that we can add. Fine. So depending on what feature we are choosing, the command bar will automatically change, and from the command bar we can choose all these options as per our requirements. Fine. Then the interface, again we have the tool tips. So if you don't understand a particular command, suppose the icon has a design which you don't understand, you want to know more about it, so you just have to keep your cursor on that command for some time, and a tool tip will appear showing you what that command is. For example, here in this window there is a particular icon which I don't understand. Fine. So I just have to keep my cursor on that for some time. Then what will happen? A tool tip will appear here like this. Fine. So now it is telling it is draft, and what it is doing, it is having a sentence which is telling me what it exactly does. So angle selected faces of the part. Fine. So an angle is added to the faces which are selected. That's what the draft does. So same way, any command if you are unable to understand, just keep your cursor there for some time and it will show up. Then prompt bar. Prompt bar appears at the bottom. Fine. Other softwares have something called status bar. So even in a simple browser, something like this, if you have a browser here, you can see the bottommost line. This is called as a status bar. So whenever you select a file, it will provide you the details of the file. If I select multiple files, you can see how many files are selected. So there are total 113 files, 12 items are selected, and their size is also being shown. The same way, Solidedge also has a status bar at the bottom. So that status bar keeps telling you what is the next step to be taken. Fine. Then the basic viewing commands. So some repeated commands will be available at the bottom. So depending on which command you are using more, those commands will appear at the bottom automatically. Then 3D cube. 3D cube shows us the orientation. Fine. So if you want to shift to top view, You can just click here at the top view and the view will shift to that particular view. So I would have shown it in the Solidedge software itself, but I have not installed it even in this system. So tomorrow it will all be ready. Okay. So maybe for college systems, I'll try to get an older version of Solidedge that you can install and start practicing. Yeah. So both almost everything will be same. Fine. There will not be much major changes, and that major changes won't be there. So you should be able to use, no problem. Next, the select tool. Fine. So the select tool has various options. You can select only edges or only vertex points or only faces or complete parts. Fine. So all these options are present in the select tool. Okay. The next, sketch. So I think we'll stop here better because it's already too late for us. Only around 4 slides are there. Let's finish this. Okay, so quick pick. So quick pick helps us in selecting particular objects. Fine. Sometimes what happens, one object will be present over the other object, right? So we want to select an object which is behind the object which is visible. In such cases, we can use quick select tool. Fine. So you just have to right click. After highlighting, we just have to right click and a menu like this will appear. It will show what options you can select. Fine. So from those you can select whichever option you want, and this appears differently in different interfaces. So for example, if you are in the sketch, you can see the options that are present in the sketch are different compared to the options which are in the part, and these options again they are different when you are in the assembly. Fine. So in the assembly you can choose one part at a time. In the part you can choose one face or one edge at a time. In the sketch you can choose one constraint or one element at a time. Fine. So this menu keeps changing according to what is being offered. Then the path finder. In other software the same is called as navigation bar. Fine. So the navigation bar stores all the features that you are applying. Fine. Now in the Solidedge there are two ways of modeling anything. One method is called synchronous and the other method is called asynchronous. Fine. Synchronous method is used by all other softwares like SolidWorks, Onshape, fine, Fusion 360. All these softwares use synchronous method. Asynchronous method. So asynchronous means every feature that you add will get collected at the left side, and at any point of time you can go back to that feature and make edits to it. But synchronous method doesn't use that method. So in the synchronous method, whatever features you apply, that will not be recorded. Fine. For some of you may feel that it's like a handicap because nothing is getting recorded. But on the positive side, we are free to do whatever edits we want. We will be free to do whatever edits we want, and whatever direction we want to move, we can move it easily. So this is something which is difficult to obtain with the traditional asynchronous methods. Fine. So Solidedge has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. We have to identify its advantages and we should be able to use it for the to the best of our abilities. Okay. So Pathfinder will be different for different interface again. So you can see on the left this is for part modeling, and on the right you can see this is for assembly. So in the assembly, each part will be shown here, and if you expand each part, all the features that are located inside will also be shown over there. Okay. So this is for part, this is for assembly. Help and learning. Every software has help and learning, and every software keeps developing it. So this is the best way to learn more about the software. If you want to learn more about a particular command, just keep your mouse hovering over that command and press F1. So automatically a window will open showing the help about that particular command. And there are some options. So option means settings. So how different objects should be shown if you want to change the background. So for me, I'll be mostly using black background, darker background, because that is easy on my eyes. I cannot watch a bright screen for longer period of time. Fine. So every student has his own way of using the interface. So if you want to change the interface, the icon or the background or all these things, options is where you have to go. Fine. So I guess this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last. Okay. What? Okay, that option is there. When you do save as, you can save your file in older version also. That is there. But the problem with us is we are trying to install it. So yeah, so they should have provided it. But every company tries to keep its software to the latest version. Okay, every company tries to keep it to the latest version. Yes. So even in download, Autodesk is providing older versions for us to download. Yeah. So the other companies have something to learn from it. Okay. So I'll try to get the older version tomorrow, and those who are online, anyone who is online and doesn't have Windows 10, please let me know. Venkat, Shamas, and who is this? Project Atom. Yeah, yes, ma, John. So do you have the latest version of Windows 10? Okay, your Windows 11. Venkat. Okay. So no problem with you all. So please, so hopefully you have got it installed, right? Okay, fine. So tomorrow even I will have that software installed on my system. And for students who don't have system or laptop, I'll have to get an older version. I'll try to get it tomorrow. If anyone knows how to get that software, please let me know. Okay, the older version. So it will be available somewhere, but let us try to avoid cracks. Okay, let us try to avoid cracked versions and try to use a legal version which is older. Okay, so I'll try to get it, and if you have any ideas, let me know. And tomorrow you'll be mostly doing the practice. Okay, and let us make sure everything is installed and ready to use by tomorrow. Okay, the day after tomorrow we will start actually doing the activities. Okay, so any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so all of you have given your mail IDs. I will get them. Yes. Yes, ma'am. So those are finished. You can leave. If you have any doubts, you can stay back and ask it. So I think only one student, right? Only one student is facing problem with installation. Sorry? Windows 11 will install it, no problem. Maybe they are upgrading it further. Once it supports Windows 11, Windows 10 will go out. Okay. Try it. Let us see. If we are able to get an older version, no need to bring. Fine. Tomorrow please bring it. Okay.